So I've been thinking about, why do we work so hard? Why are we so ambitious? And we're always, I call it pulling the shit string of the avalanche of all the responsibilities. We keep taking on more, and we want to be successful so bad. And I've been thinking about this, and it's because we don't want to live in regret, right? But the more we move forward and the more things we take on, is the more stress and anxiety, the more responsibilities, where we feel rushed, and there's so many things on our schedule. We're like anxious that to get it all done, and we're exhausted. We work ourselves to the bone, but it's really because we don't want to live in regret. And the worst thing is to just give up and be lazy and let go and be apathetic and just not care and just relax. And that's like torture to me. I remember Joe Rogan one time, he said something interesting. He's talking about if he lays around on the couch and relaxes, it's torture to him. But if he's went out and worked his ass off and accomplished like a whole bunch of stuff, and then he relaxes on the couch, it's pure bliss. Because he earned it, right? Like, I just really think that I can feel time going by so fast that the days are just whipping by, and it's the weekend again, it's the weekend, then the year, then it's Christmas, and then it's your birthday again, and these years are flying by. And take it from me, like, I'm straight up 37 now, and I just watched 7 years fly by so fast. So what happens is, I hope it happens sooner than later for you. You start becoming very familiar you with your own mortality. Like, you can see your gravestone coming sooner and faster than you think, and you start looking around. Like, you ever run into clients or customers or people you haven't seen in a few years, or you start, oh my God, you're literally watching them get older in front of you. You're watching this happen, and then you're dude, time is ticking right now. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I can feel the clock just beating over me. And what type of legacy are you gonna leave? What are you going to do with your life right now while you have this beautiful opportunity? Do you understand how lucky you are if you have your health, your arms, your legs, your fingers, your toes, if you even have the ability and the freedom to go out and make things happen right now, because tomorrow you might not. So in these little micro moments of free time, just for me to be standing in this parking lot right now is ultimate freedom to spread my wings and do something with my life. What are you gonna do with your life? Huh? What are you going to do with your life? And the next thing is not what you're gonna do, because motivation only takes you so far. What the fuck are you gonna stop doing? Right? You can't move forward if you're in chains, stuck, right? People think it's funny how I get all animated, but that's how I really feel, right? What's holding you back? The past, negative people, toxic old thoughts and stories and bullshit going all the way back down to your childhood, and old pathologies in your brain that don't even make sense. I was thinking about this. If you had, like, I'm not saying you, but maybe you had like dramatic parents or something when you were a little kid. You witnessed them freaking out and being over dramatified about some petty shit, right? They were majoring on minor things all the time, and you grew up thinking everything's a catastrophe, right? So now you have this inner anxiousness about little shit. I got that. I was thinking, oh my God. When you were like a kid, your parents were probably like in their 20s. They were like barely coming out of being teenagers themselves. They probably weren't even that fucking mature enough to even, you know, have their shit together yet. I don't know what your story is, but all I want to say is a lot of the shit we learned in our formative years from other people, and the way, you know, it's the 95% rule. 95% of people are all think alike. They're in the 95% income group, and there's a 95% chance that 95% of everything you know comes from people in the 95% income group. Therefore, you're a 95%er. But as the pendulum swings, and you get to, like, you look, once in a while you get to be around high achievers and high performers. Not people that got a bunch of fucking money. That doesn't really mean a lot. I'm talking people that have a holistic life, a balanced life, that are truly successful. And you get around these people that are high performers, And then you go back home and you get around the people you're normally used to being around, or the negative people that try to suck your energy, and you're like, what? Like, it's really possible. You really can live the life that you always dream of living, because there are people that are living it. And when you get around those people, that rubs off on you, and then you go back and you go, wait a second, this doesn't make any sense. I thought this was the only way, but it's not. It's just a way. And it's hard to let go and unadopt some of those fictions and some of those false realities and stories in your brain. But when you do, little by little, you can build these healthy boundaries where you begin to say no. Somebody, friend or family member, wants to call you up and dump all their bullshit on you, or suck you into a victim story, or guilt trip you. No. No. A client wants to call you up and get all dramatic about how they want you to come right now, and they don't even pay you that well. They want you to, can you be there? Can you be there tomorrow? You usually say yes. No. You're not afraid anymore. In the world of scarcity, you live where you always feel like any minute the rug's gonna get pulled out from underneath you. Any minute you're gonna lose everything. Any minute you're gonna be in a tailspin, you're caught in the swirl. So you run around in a reactive state, which is the sympathetic nervous system and the amygdala are firing, and they're keeping you in fight or flight mode. But over here is a world of abundance. This is when you live in equanimity and in abundance. You're mindful. And over here, it's really about managing opportunity. There's so much opportunity that you have to develop a whole new skill set of learning how to manage opportunity overwhelm, because that's the real truth, right? Because what got you here won't get you there. What got you here won't get you there. In order to get there, you gotta let go of a lot of this shit. And sometimes that means spending less time with people you used to love. I'm not saying get rid of family members, but you can love them, but you don't have to like them, right? And spend less time with them consciously, and maybe catch them at their best. What I mean by that is spend time with people more sparingly and much less. And if they suck your energy completely and they're that negative, then put up the boundary. And you might have to stop spending time with them altogether and cut them out of your life. And it's a hard thing to do. Cutting all those strings. Environment is key. Keep cutting those strings. And the more you do that, imagine like a hot air balloon wants to move up, but all these strings to sandbags are connected. And before you can go up, sometimes all you got to do is just start cutting all the strings. Little by little, it starts breaking free, and then you just naturally gravitate to this whole new place. And because you change your environment, the people you associate with, any old negative or bad habits that you had, here's another thing that works well. Go and purge. Go through your clothes, your closets, your shoes, all your shit. If you have stuff you've been holding on to since 7th grade, like literally get angry, get some big ass garbage bags and go donate all that shit or throw it on the curb and get shit out of your life. Get rid of all the old baggage and all the little things. You got this stupid thing from like a long time ago and it's just sitting on your dresser. Throw it in the fucking garbage, dude. Get rid of all of it. Forgive people, anybody who hurt you. Let go. Move on. And then when you let go of like 80% of all that baggage, you realize that 20% of the rest of the self-development is literally just like a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park, but it's way easier to gravitate upward when you let go of all the baggage, right? Getting around successful people is another, and this is a huge part. I wish I would have said this in the beginning of the video. It's not okay. It's not okay to not be successful if you want to be. When I go to these mastermind events and I get around these 7-figure earners, like it's not okay to do less than 7 figures a year. Like, it's not even acceptable. Like, it doesn't even make any sense that you would not work it out and have communication with your spouse, your girlfriend, your fiance, your wife, and have like a real conversation and move forward. It doesn't make sense that you would let this person walk all over you and get in the way of you living your dreams. It doesn't even make any sense that you would let your own negative baggage and bullshit and your victim stories and your head trash and being a bitch stop you. Why would you let yourself stop yourself from being who you really want to be and be successful? Why would you do that to yourself? Time is clicking and moving by very quickly. And the next thing is, dude, I'm on the phone with my buddy Joshua Latimer. He said this to me. He goes, "Are you serious right now, Keith? Are you still telling me this story? Are we seriously gonna be on the phone again the same exact time next year? And you're still gonna be going through the same old problem? Are you kidding me right now? I'm not even gonna have this conversation with you. Like, sick of it. Are you seriously gonna keep having the same fucking thoughts and conversations and stupid ass petty problems next year as you're having right fucking now? Are you fucking kidding me? Who is the role model that you are being to all the people that are watching you, all the people who you love and that love you? Because they're watching you. There's people watching that you don't even know. But especially the people that you love. It is your responsibility to be a role model. See, when you are advancing forward in the destiny of your dream, in the direction of your dreams and your destiny, and you are moving forward confidently, other people are watching, and that inspires them to step up and want to move confidently. They're following you, they're watching you. It's your job to be a leader. And what is the definition of confidence? Confidence is really just your belief in your own ability to figure things out. You believe in it? Do you believe you can figure it out? I don't like to talk about myself too much, but in the last 3 years, 4 years, I've literally watched a lot of my wildest dreams come true. I remember being a broke kid, riding a bike, riding a bus. We lived in homeless shelters. You've heard me say my mother died of a heroin overdose. I've ridden a city bus. I've lived in 34 homes. I've had like 32 jobs. And I've slept on people's couches and grew up around drug and alcohol abuse. I was physically abused as a child. And to go through all that and grow up with all these self-limiting beliefs. And I remember being in my mid-20s, being such a fucking wuss, being afraid to step out and take any chances and do anything because I didn't believe I was good enough. And here I am today, living my dreams. You gotta say, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Go out and find the people, get around the people who are doing, being and having what you wanna do, be and have in your life, and it'll start to rub off on you, and get the fuck away from anybody who's dragging you down, like ASAP, right now. And comparing yourself to other people, that's a recipe for disaster. I say, if you find yourself scrolling through Instagram or looking at social media or comparing yourself to anybody, you need to like literally slap yourself in the hand and put your phone down and just get out there and hustle and make a plan, because time's moving by really, really quick, and you will wake up next year and be in the same fucking spot. You will wake up in 5 years and have gone nowhere with your life, and that's not okay. It's not okay. I'm out.